Hello, and welcome to Global Talk Show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today, from the beautiful country, USA, we have an amazing, dynamic, cheerful, and gorgeous Lydia. Welcome, Lydia, to our show today. It's been a great pleasure hosting you today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Supriya. I'm so happy to be here today with you on this beautiful, beautiful show, Global Talk Show, Netherlands.
Well, Lydia, before we take a dive deep in this beautiful, incredible journey, I am sure people would love to know something and great thing about you. So starting, Lydia Lowery Busler. Wow. Healing coach, composer, author, exponential thinker, grounding meditation, and lots. That's what we are going to discover in this beautiful journey. So without taking any pause, any delay, because I am sure people are dying to know about who is the healer today who is going to heal this world. And she is none other than Lydia. So Lydia, let me start with your incredible journey. Already I have told something about you, but people, global educators, leaders wants to know what actually is the inspiring journey of Lydia. So I pass the ball on your court.
Okay, well, I think that when I was born, I was just born with a whole bunch of creative energy, and I am a creative healer. I don't know what comes first sometimes, if it's creativity or our need to heal ourselves, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I had a whole bunch to create and to heal. And so when I was born, I was full of this creative energy and a lot of compassion and a lot of forgiveness. So my growing up was one of a I had quite a torturous upbringing, but as it turned out, I lifted myself above that and I forgave, and I went on and I had an enormous accident, a car accident. And this is very much how I found my healing powers. In this accident, I ended up my car flew up into a tree. And I first of all, I don't remember it very much because I had a traumatic brain injury, and I lost my spleen, and I lost half my pancreas, more than half my pancreas, and part of my colon. I spent a long time in the hospital, and I actually died during this time for a moment, and I came back. A very kind, what are they called? Plastic surgeon came along and didn't realize quite everything that was going on, but did realize that when we show up in the world, it's very helpful for us to have a face, because we see one another, and so he took pity on me and reconstructed my face with the skin that I had left, because I didn't have much skin left on my face, and made me look back the way I was. And then I spent the next 3 months in the hospital having many surgeries and saving my life. And I realized then that I have a real purpose, and that I couldn't just give up. And this is very important. A part of me is very dogged, very determined to get to the other side. One thing I've learned in all of this is that we have to go through the pain, and not give up and not go around it. The best way and the fastest way is through the pain. And my doctors stood by me. Not all of them, not all of them, but the ones who did gave me a beautiful, beautiful view into what it is to be helped. And I learned from them that I have healing power in me. And then later, when I got out of there and I healed myself and started to walk and be a normal human being, I nurtured my my ability as a musician, which I had been all along. And I was in a competition. I don't know if you can see back here. There's some instruments, and I play a French horn. And at the time, there was a international competition that I played in, and I placed in the finals for a worldwide competition. But all of a sudden, my leg didn't work. So it turned out that back in that accident that I just referred to, the leg stopped working, but they didn't take care of it because they were busy fixing my pancreas and my spleen and everything inside of me that needed fixing. So
I
long
can't
story.
believe this, Lydia. I can't believe this. The
What?
person I am hosting, the person who is just in front of me, has gone through so much pain. Oh God.
It's, and I'm trying to make it as quick as I can, but the long and short of the story is that I had a long knee surgery. It was an unusual knee surgery to fix this knee that was holding on by a thread. And I had a surgical malpractice. The surgeon was great. He fixed my knee, but it was an 11-hour surgery. And the anesthesiologist left the tourniquet on, the thing that keeps the blood from flowing into the limbs so that the surgeon can do the work. And the tourniquet is supposed to be loosened every couple of hours so that some blood can flow and keep the limb alive. And it was only allowed to flow in the very beginning, in the first 2 hours. So when I awoke, the nurse said, "I've never seen a tourniquet left on that long." But I was busy being very sick from 11 hours of anesthesia and didn't understand what that comment was. 2 weeks later, when my leg went down from the swelling, it atrophied down to bone. And that was when we knew something was very wrong. And I had phantom pain. It wasn't, what phantom pain is it's not like normal pain. It's enhanced. And it was like swords being thrust up my leg. And I was screaming and I didn't know what was happening.
Oh God.
So the doctors sort of pretended they didn't know what was happening, but what was happening was that the leg had died because it didn't have enough blood. And so after they finally said what had happened, they said that I would never walk again and I would probably never be out of pain, because nerves only grow at an eighth of an inch a year, or about a quarter of a centimeter a year. And so my whole family, there was a lawyer who was saying, "We have a big case against this anesthesiologist," but suddenly the anesthesiologist paid off the lawyer. And this sounds like a soap opera. It's a crazy, crazy thing. And my medical records were altered. So, and the nurse who saw what had happened lost her job and disappeared. All in all, my family and friends were outraged and said, you must sue the lawyer, you must sue the doctors, you must sue everyone. This is terrible. And my boyfriend at the time was trying to convince me that maybe a life like that wouldn't be worth living. And I said, no, I'm not going to do any of this. I am well, and I am going to walk. There's nothing wrong with me. That's one of the times that I did a mighty push. This is the story that I really want to tell. I saw myself out in the garden with 2 legs, and I saw myself walking. So I knew that I could be whole. And I said, I can walk. There's nothing wrong with me. And from that point on, I started to heal myself. And it wasn't easy. I had to go through the pain. But I worked with a physical therapist every day. I worked with a osteopath. I ate a lot of raw eggs. And I had acupuncture.
Great.
I had no reason to know that all of this would heal me, but I worked with my mind and these people, and
Wow.
I grew back 3 feet of nerves from my thigh down to my foot in a
Oh,
year and a half.
my goodness. I can't believe this, Lydia. Oh,
So I didn't make it back to that worldwide competition, but I did go on to play in the Rome Opera and the New York City Ballet, and I've continued to play my horn all over the world as an improvisationalist and to compose, and my music is performed all over the world. But what I really have realized that I love the most is when I've coached other performers to remove the barriers that they have to healing and to being on the stage. And so during this pandemic, I said, I want to be more with people, not just performing on a stage, but to help them remove those barriers. And what people really need is to remove their barriers to pain, whatever it is that's in them that's holding them back because it hurts and they can't do it. So that's what my superpower is that I'm really amazing at removing barriers.
wow. Lydia, today you have, trust me, you have touched millions of people, and especially those who have underwent some surgery or some trauma or some illness in their life. And because of that, they had given up in their life. But after listening, your inspiring, motivating, and super awesome, super amazing story, how an incident turned your life. But because of your great perseverance, trust, and believe in yourself, you stood up again. You fought with your own pains. And there is a right saying, when you went through all your pains, you will come to know what is the actual real pain, and you'll start healing the world. And that's what we can witness today, a great healer, a great healing coach in front of the world, that is none other than Lydia. So it is an awesome journey, Lydia. Thank you so much for inspiring millions. And it was so touching story that really touched everyone's heart, mind, body, and soul. Great one. Wow. So that's about the Lydia's inspiring journey. But I'm sure, Lydia, reaching up to this height of greater success, because today, where you are, what you are, everybody wants to be in your position. But as a woman, I would love to know what kind of challenges, ups and downs, it comes in everybody's life, whether it is you, me, or everyone. So in your life, what kind of challenges really came and really you had faced, and how you overcome those nitty-gritty challenges that will add the beauty of this question. Yes.
Yes. I have two things that really stick out to me about this. One is that when I was growing up, I was told to keep silent and let people think that I was stupid, but open my mouth and leave no doubt in their
Great.
mind. And so I all I wanted was to let people know that I was smart, but I always doubted that. And then, of course, whatever is put into our minds. And I don't necessarily think that anyone was trying to harm me. This was just what my societal message was. I really extremely compassionate and forgiving, and want to change that societal message that what we put out there, what we believe is our reality. And what we believe as women, we shape who we are. So I needed to find my voice, and it took a long time. And then that car accident that I mentioned, first of all, when I was in the hospital, there were a couple of internists who came in, and I was having a reaction to a medication, and it was called a dystonic reaction. And if you don't know what a dystonic reaction is, it's an unusual reaction that bends your body backwards by causing your muscles to do the opposite of what they should do. So I had surgery and open wounds, and so having my body bending backwards and everything rigid was very difficult, and I couldn't speak and say what was wrong. And they just told me to calm down and just calm down, woman. And that was not, nobody has ever calmed down by being told to just calm down. And but it also put me back into that state of mind of speak up and they think you're stupid. And so eventually those two doctors were actually fired. A nurse came along and said, "You fools, she's having a dystonic reaction. You're killing her," and gave me something to take the reaction away. And I'm highly allergic to that medication.
Right.
Yeah. But later on, the traumatic brain injury that I also had during that time, it took a toll, and it made me so that I don't only have regular migraines, but I started seeing things backwards, and I started feeling like my head was over here and my leg was over there, and just feeling like I was at an angle to the earth. And then I lost my ability to speak. This was everything to me because I was working so hard on my ability to speak.
Really painful. Oh my goodness.
So I'm on a medication that helps me to speak and brings me to my baseline self. I work and I my neurologist and I argued about this, but we have a good relationship. And I didn't want to take anything, but he finally said, you will take this and you will bring yourself and take away your own license until this works, and you will no driving. And I don't blame him. I should not have been driving if my vision was going to flip backwards. But I think that I could be wrong, but I wanted to be so strong as a woman because I was told that I wouldn't be.
You are,
And
you are, Lydia. When you said as a woman you're strong, you are strong, because coming up to this journey with so many hurdles, so many ups and downs, and so many pains was not at all easy for any woman to come up to this stage. But you did it.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. Yes. So that's something that is near and dear to my heart. And I brought myself to serve on boards and become the president of these boards so that I could retrain myself how to speak and to lead. And so I've become a leader and a facilitator, and really be able to facilitate and hone what I'm doing and my ability to speak. The other thing about being a woman is that as a composer, people can't think of female composers. Do you know that there are just as many as men? Of
Exactly. So many
course.
judgmentals. Yeah.
Yes. So,
I know.
but we don't even know that we exist. So I used to be in Wikipedia and I was taken out as a female composer, but yet I have music played all over the world, and I have music on CDs played by members of the New York Philharmonic and musicians all over the world. But yet I still see on social media young women who are just entering, who are in college, saying, are there any pieces of music out there composed by women? Because I'd like to play them on my recitals. And that's sad because we're invisible. So people say, oh, I like this woman and I like that woman. And some of them are women that, you know, were 200 years ago, and they're the one woman who made it through history. When I was born, women were still penning their music under the names of their husbands and their brothers, but the music was being written. So I'm not blameful about that. I don't blame men. I don't blame anyone. It's a societal situation that we just need to change the words, and we just need to lift one another up and look with curiosity and know that we are here and we do amazing, strong things. We do amazing, beautiful things. We do capable things, and we are collaborative. We are team players. We are creatives. We are leaders. We are followers. We are all here, and we're present, and let us be accounted for.
This is called success is to flow like water through a road of rocks. Now I can truly, attach, and I can imagine this quote, especially in your life journey when you took up those challenges as your golden opportunity, Lydia, because coming up to this hurdle, that hurdle, moving up like a roller coaster ride, it was not at all easy. But after all, you can say all well that ends well. And now we can see a great, strongest woman, which I am sitting in front of the world, and I am hosting you in front of my global educators and leaders. So, Lydia, you are really an inspiration to the world, and especially for our super female powers. We are so fragile, we are so emotional, we are the best, beautiful creation of God. And sometimes we do feel that, yes, we are so fragile, we are so weak, but it's not our weakness. It's rather, it's our courage, it's our determination. It's a great way to fight with our the challenges in life. And we proved in last that women, thy name is fragility, but you're stronger than the mountains and you can do any wonders in this world. So awesome answer, great, inspiring answer, Lydia. I'm so happy to listen to your all elating answers. So hats off to you, great one. Well, moving to this beautiful journey of Global Talk Show with Lydia, now it's time to enlighten, empowering, and knowing Lydia's work, because she's a coach, she's a healing coach, she's a composer. So Lydia, along with my global educators, kindly enlighten your beautiful work so that people can leverage their work with your work and we can enhance ourselves too.
Beautiful. I would be so honored if you would, if you're on LinkedIn, if you would join me on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and that is 4 in the afternoon in the UK. I have a 15-minute meditation break, and that is called Monday Meditation Break with Lydia. And people join me from all over the world, whether you're just starting your day or you're ending your day. You can start your week at peace. We have a healing sound meditation where there are Tibetan bowls, and I lead us into peace. And that is every Monday on LinkedIn. You can find that by connecting with me, and that is just my name. You can also connect with me on YouTube. I have 2 channels. One channel for me as a coach, and my podcast and show is the Tuesday telecast. The channel is The Joyful Path, and that can be found at The Joyful Path. Every week, I interview people who are on a joyful path, and see whatever area of life that they are in. They might be a marketer, they might be a coach, they might be somebody who works in the church, or they might be somebody who works in real estate. We don't know what they are doing, but they've lifted themselves to a joyful path. And by doing so, it's been recommended to me that I interview them because they're lifting others. That's the Joyful Path. We're just starting our 3rd season. And we're going to have talks on there this season with people who have been on past seasons, who are going to have roundtables and talk to one another about their journeys and what it is to show up on the joyful path in this day and age, in this society. The other place that you can find me is my other YouTube channel, which is just my name, at Lydia Lowery Busler, all one word. And that is where you can find my music, not all of it, but you can find links from there to my other music and to my website.
Wow. And here I will once again say or request my global audience, kindly connect with Lydia on LinkedIn and do attend her Monday meditation joyful workshop and make your life the best one, because meditation can relieve you from anxiety, from stress, and can give you those positive vibes which you have also ever imagined. So why delay in grabbing such golden, beautiful opportunity? And that is the way you can connect with Lydia and can leverage the healing coachings and so many great things which Lydia is currently working on it. And so make your life wonderful, meaningful, beautiful, peaceful, and a very, very happier life. So here is the Lydia to connect it on LinkedIn. Awesome one, Lydia. Thank you so much for telling about something about, for empowering us, for enlightening your great work. And you are doing a fabulous job, no doubt in that, right? Great one.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Supriya. It's been so fabulous to be here.
Well, it's all my pleasure because I am getting healing from now itself. So there is no delay for Mondays for me to wait. Exactly. Well, Lydia, before I say goodbye to my lovely audience and of course to you, people are waiting for the powerful message which you are going to deliver it now.
What I want to tell each of you is that you have the power in you. You are everything. You are peace and you are love. The way to the other side of pain is through. That is scary. That's okay, because you're brave. You've got this. It's not going to go away. Doesn't go away if you put it under the rug. It doesn't go away if you go around it or pretend it's not there. But the moment you go through it, all the help, all the power in the world comes to help you. And I can help you. You've got this. You are peace and you are love.
Great message, powerful message. And I am sure after watching this live talk show, people would have got that peace which they had never ever imagined in their life just by listening to you and your great, beautiful words. That was really impactful and powerful than any other message in this world, Lydia. Trust me, you are doing amazing job, and your presence is creating such a positive, impactful message that people can never ever be imagined. So thank you so much for coming to our show. And it's been a great pleasure hosting you. It's my great honor too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Supriya. It has been my honor.
Well, before I say another thankful to my global audience, I would say only one thing. Keep loving us, keep inspiring, keep motivating us, and always stay happy, hale and hearty. Bye-bye for now.